Greetings, this is the Baron, and today we got another mail day. Lots of good loot coming in the mail. I think these little guys are the bigger surprises, so we can save those for last. Let's start off with the big package here. This, as you might have noticed by now, is becoming a pattern. I'll join a tournament which has certain rules, lets you play certain cards from different sets. And Timmy Talks, Thomas, has been hosting all these tournaments for the most part. And this time, for his patrons, it's extended old school into homelands. So I think we're going to see a lot of homelands in this box. And maybe a few little things that I'm still missing from the other sets that are allowed. I think it's homelands, the dark, and Fallen Empires that's allowed in this tournament here. So let's find some fun things. And as usual, I don't actually have a plan yet. I just want to have the cards and then figure it out from there. You know, I'm not really about having plans. I like to have options. And once all my options in front of me, then I can work on a plan. Let me dump all these out. Okay. There we go. Alright. Look at the freaking narwhal, whatever. Alright, let's crack in. See what loot we got. Bada boom. Oh, look at that warrior token. It's kind of cool. I might use that. Alrighty. Ambush Party. 5 mana. Hefty cost. But 3/1 first strike haste. So, not actually that bad. We're not in focus, huh? You know, I play games on this thing all the time, and it never wants to focus on the board. But now here we are, I'm trying to show you what I got, and it wants to show me everything else but what I'm trying to show you. Alright, so we got ambush parties. These lands, these tri-lands, are the only way you're going to play multiple colors in this format. So, I picked up a couple of each of these. Although, in a format like this, as the Baron, how could I not run Castle Senger and Baron Senger and all that fun stuff? So, some Anhava Townships. I always love these cards. Like, the art on this card, it just really, like, immersed me into this world. You know, it's... I don't know. I love the art on all these lands. And a lot of the homelands art really just, it sucks you into the game. You know, it gives you a real feel for the world and the flavor of it all. Anzarin Ruins. If you ever looked at my Patreon, Anzarin are actually the low tier. They're the first people that Baron Senger took over when he reached his plane, which I think is just called the Dark Plane. Not really sure. But it's his now. He won. Animal Bodyguard. Look at that creep. Look at that creepy Minotaur dude. His old crossbow. 2/3 first strike for 4. You know, in the format, not the worst. Not the worst. Animal Shaman. He's a pinger. You can pay red and tap him. This is a heavy hitter in this format. Autumn Willow with the Shroud. Cannot be targeted spells or effects. 4/4 for 6. And then you could pay a green to allow someone to target her. So you could pay a green to, like, Giant Growth her or something like that. Although, yeah, I guess that's the only kind of thing you'd want to do. It's not like you need to protect from anything else. Tap the small guys. Tap a creature power 1 or 2 just by tapping this thing. I have a use. There he is, the big boy. Big Daddy Sanger in the house. Look at R2. Remember cracking a pack of Homelands? And I don't know if you ever had the opportunity to crack a pack of Homelands, but this is the card you wanted to pull. And if you were ever there and actually got to pull him, you cracked that pack and you saw this guy smiling back at you. Oh, what a feeling. What a feeling. That's the feeling I want to recreate here today when I make a deck with the Sanger, the Baron, Cemetery Gate. Actually a great card. 3 mana for an 05 wall protection on black. Has a place in the world. Clockwork Swarm. Man, I'm not reading all that. My attitude on that has not changed since 1995. Aaron the Relentless. Okay. Let's get in focus, Aaron. Here you go. So, this guy has always been like one of my favorite strong beaters. 5-2 regenerate haste for 5 mana. This guy, he means business. He's legendary. But, I mean, back in the day, I only ever had one of them anyway. So, of course, I was packing him in the deck. And, oh, it felt good to get at that creature with regenerate. Even if you got to pay 3 red for it. I got 4 of them. I don't know why. Feast of the Unicorn. Buff somebody for 4 in power. Grandma. Ice and Shade. So Ice and Shade, I think, I could be wrong here, but I think Ison was, Ishan, sorry, was like some paladin dude or something, and the Baron had enough of his shit, so he made him his bitch, and that's what Ice and Shade is. Okay. Could be wrong. That's what I think I remember. Joven's Ferrets. This card is awesome. It really is. I love this card. I love everything about it. I love the artwork. I love that it's ferrets. And it's a strong card for a 1-drop in old school. Come on. You don't want to beat someone with the ferrets. You feel like Beastmaster, you know? Sorry if you can hear all the slushing around outside. Heavy snow over here today, so a lot of slush in the road. Merchant Scroll. So I was actually talking to Timmy about this card because he asked me if there's any cards I think should be restricted, and I'm like, Merchant Scroll is the only thing that pops in my mind, but I can't actually think of a card that breaks it too bad in this format. So I'm like, you know what? I'd say if you could do something with it, go for it. More power to you. Mesa Falcon. It's actually a good card. You know, 1/1 flyer for 2. And he can buff and defense. You know, he can get some work done. Reef Pirates for some mill power, baby. Alright. Moving right along. Chandler destroys artifact creatures for 3 red and tap. Legendary. Has a place in the world. Really does. I dig him. I would play him in like old school EDH if Homelands was allowed, I guess. Clockwork Gnomes. See, now you're talking about, you know, making a deck with a plan. For 4 mana, it's a 2/2. You can pay 3 and tap it to regenerate an artifact creature. There it is. Sorry, it's funny in focus a little bit. So, you can make like an artifact creature deck, I guess. I don't know. Coral Reef. Another card I'm not going to read. Okay. Dark Maze. I've actually had this played against me in a tournament early on in, you know, my Magic life. 4/5 wall that can attack. Interesting. Protection from Black Death Speakers, 1/1. It's a good deal. It's a solid deal. Nothing wrong with that. Drudge Spell. Man. For 2 black, you get an enchantment that you can pay a black, remove two creatures from your graveyard from the game, and you get a Drudge Skeleton. But if you lose this enchantment, all the Drudges go away. Cannot be regenerated. Destroyed, cannot be regenerated. Buried. Might be updated, sacrificed. I don't know. But this might be included in the deck I make. I think there's like 0 enchantment removal in the format, so it's a pretty safe plan. Dwarven Sea Clan. It pings for 2. This is a strong card actually. For 3 mana, it's a 1/1 dwarf. Well, can you see this yet? There we go. Tap. At the end of combat, it deals 2 damage to target creature that attacked or blocked. Use this ability only if your opponent controls islands. An island, at least one island, I guess. Folk of Anhava. If the sign of the blocker, gets +2 power. So again, it's a pretty good bargain for 1 red for 1 green mana. Good 1-drop. Funeral March. You know I'm going to be playing this card. Enchant creature. When it dies, the controller sacrifices the creature. So you get a 2 for 1. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Ghost Hounds. More cool art. Look at that. By Jeff Menges. But attacking, they have vigilance. If they block any white creatures or are blocked by a white creature, they gain first strike. So in Homelands, I guess they started, instead of making the color wheel kind of just about suffering, they made you a little stronger. And not to say that it was always that way. You have cards like Magnetic Mountain and whatnot. So it's like, but Homelands really gave some love to the color wheel. Giant Albatross. This is another card that actually was played against me. I don't know if it was a tournament or not, but I do remember seeing this bird flying at me, back in 1995, 1996. Oh, how fun. Giant Oyster. This card can see some play. It really can. It's 4 mana. You may choose not to untap it, and when you can tap it, target tap creature does not untap, as long as this remains tapped. And during your upkeep, that creature gets a -1/-1 counter. So it just kind of like closes on you and just holds you there until you die, and you just get weaker and weaker every turn. Very strong card, and surprisingly, it's not like you would expect, where you would need your opponent to control an island. No, this just works. It just works. But if the Oyster is untapped or leaves play, all the -1/-1 counters are also removed. So he's got to do his whole job, or else you're free. But I will likely be utilizing this card. Very happy to see it. Joven. Him and his ferrets. He destroys artifacts. He smashes those things. 5 mana, 3/3, smash artifacts. I think he's a dwarf, maybe. I'm not really sure. Barbarian, maybe? Joven's Tools. This guy was big. Did a lot of things. Into a lot of projects. 6 mana. But it makes a creature unblockable except by walls. So it lets you get through for 4 and tap after you paid 6 to cast it. Is that worth it for anything in Homelands? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Koshin Keep. Koskun Keep. Koskin Keep? I don't know. Look at that art. You tell me that's not like just drawing you into this world. It's freaking beautiful. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So that's the Jund land. Got a bunch of those because I love it. Labyrinth Minotaur. Creatures that is signed to block it just do not untap or next untap step. It's the icy and frozen mechanic. And he's been played against me too in the past. Not any time recently, but in the past. Memory Lapse. It's like the only counter spell you're going to get in the format. Oh, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna scroll for a memory lapse? Come on. If you think that's worth it, go for you. You know, good for you. You give it a shot. The Ancestor. It's a ghost Minotaur. Check him out. And he buffs another Minotaur for one by, he's like a Wily Wolf, but for Minotaurs. Not useless. Not useless. Black Carriage. 5 mana for a 4/4 trample. It does not untap by itself, though. You have to sacrifice a creature to untap it during your upkeep. So, a little rough, but with like Breeding Pit, we can make this work. The Ban. Summon spells cost an extra 2. Hungry Mist. 6/2 for 4. It costs you 2 green during your upkeep. This has been used against me in tournaments, actually. Look at this giant fish creep. It says he's a serpent, but he's about to eat a freaking whale. Like, hopefully this has been like a rod to some kind of Leviathan, maybe, or Kraken. I don't know. Leviathan, you'd hope, right? And I don't know if this text is going to come. There we are. Does not untap, of course not. It's an 8/8 for 7. Your opponent needs to have an island for it to attack. If you control an island, it dies, so it has island home. You pay 2 blue and sacrifice a creature to untap him during your upkeep. You could also pay 2 blue to give him -1 power, and he'll deal 1 damage to target attacking creature without flying. That's interesting. So even if he stays tapped, you could pay 2 blue to just punch attackers in the face, treat him like an enchantment. You know, don't even worry about him being a creature until you have the luxury to sacrifice that creature to swing with him. But so he's not useless. He's not, you know, dead in the water, as it were. Interesting card. Maybe he'll see some play. Retribution. Look at these guys. They've done the Minotaurs wrong, and they're about to pay the price. For 4 mana, 2 red, 2 colorless. Choose 2 target creatures controlled by an opponent. One of them is buried, and one gets a -1/+1 counter, but your opponent chooses which is which. So, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Very cool card. Wizard Savant, Rebecca. For 4 mana, he's an 0/1. You can tap and deal 2 damage to target creature an opponent controls. Wait, target creature or player, and then he does not untap during your next turn. So, kind of like a stronger Timmy here, but a slower Timmy. Oh, Soraya the Falconer. Legend. All Falcons get +1/+1, and you can give Falcons banding. I could see banding being a big thing in this format. I really can. Wall of Kelp. You need those. Alabam's Tower. Combat Trick. 2 mana, instant, +3/+1 to a blocker. We got a bunch of those, apparently. Ambush. Blockers get first strike for the turn for 4 mana. Card's not bad. It really legit is not bad. Anhava Constable. 3 mana, 2/1+X. His toughness equal to 1 plus the total number of green creatures in play, both sides of the board, or all sides of the board. Anhava Inn. Again, look at that art. That is beautiful. Brian Snouty. Snouty? I don't know how to say that. Sorry for butchering your name, but your art is beautiful. Gain X +1 life, where X is equal to the number of green creatures in play. Wow, okay. Some life gain here. We've seen these guys. That's not new. Ashen Abbey. Oh, another one of these beautiful tri-lands. Is that one of the gargoyles hanging out up there, maybe? Or a soldier? I think it's a gargoyle, because I know they have the gargoyles protect them. Beautiful card. Bant. We saw him. This guy is white with a card with a green ability, which gives him banding for 1 green, 2/2. more interesting color wheel, you know, getting to know each other, friendly buddies, white and green. Carapace. What a creepy card. Look at that. One green enchant creature, or aura nowadays. The dude gets +0/+2, and you can sacrifice this enchantment to regenerate the creature. So, I love this card. I really do. I think it has uses in this world. Oh, and here we go. Castle Sanger. That's where I live, up in that spire there. Got business. Got a bunch of them because, come on, it's home field. Home turf. So I haven't seen a lot of red cards that I'm really excited about putting in this deck yet. But this is only homelands. We've got 2 other sets to pull from. So we'll see how it goes. Look at this guy. Reserve list. Why? I don't freaking know. 4 mana, first strike, protection from red. It's like the worst blue knight. But, you know, I hope someone plays it. I really do. What a fun card. Narwhal. Reef Pirates, I love them. Renewal. 3 mana. Sacrifice a land. Search your library for a basic land, put it into play. And then you draw a card at the beginning of your next turn's upkeep. It's actually pretty good. Pretty good ramp. Pretty good ramp. It lets you, you know, run multiple colors real easy. Unfortunately, it's not one of my Singer colors. Unless I want to go 4 colors. But why would I do that? Just for Autumn Willow? Maybe. We'll see. Oh, it's a badger. Look at this creepy little badger playing drums with his skull. Look at that nuts. Look at that freak. Love some of this art. Really do. Anyway, what's he do? He's a 2/2 for 3. If he attacks and is not blocked, you may choose to have it deal no damage, and instead remove from the game up to 2 target creatures from the player, defending player's graveyard, and you gain a life for every creature removed this way. So he exiles creatures from your graveyard, for your opponent's graveyard rather, when he's unblocked instead of dealing damage, and gives you a little bit of life gain. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the Badger, man. This creep. Semi-Alchemist. 4 mana for an 0/2 Alchemist. Pay 2 white and tap him to prevent 4 damage. And then the creature you're preventing damage to does not untap next turn. So, we'll see. Oh, this guy's an MVP. The Sea Sprite. 2 mana for a 1/1 flying protection from red. So you're beating the curve on this. You're getting bang for your buck. And he's got some important powers here. He's got flying, protection from red. Come on. You don't get much better than this. Sarah Bestiary. This is like, I don't know. It's a way to deal with creatures. It's this format's Plow. 2 white. Enchant creature. You have to pay 2 white during your upkeep, or you have to sacrifice the Bestiary. And the creature is turned off. Can attack, block, or use powers that have tapping ability. So, not bad. There's not a lot of removal, so, like, what are your options, really? Sarah Paladin. 4 mana for a 2/2. Prevent 1 damage to a creature or player by tapping him, or pay 3. That's 2 white and 1. Attacking creature is not, it gets vigilance. Attacking creature gets vigilance for 3. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Serrated Arrows, restricted in this format. Great card. Spectral Bears. I remember these guys were played in some tournament-winning deck, and they have these guys in Goldwater. When I first started playing, my friend Harry, actually, he bought that deck, and he played it against me and just whooped my butt. So I'm like, screw you. I made a deck that was just like all green hate. I'm like, I'm going to play this deck until you build another deck. And I think, you know, he eventually did. Trade Caravan. Oh. So, for 1 white mana, it's a 1/1 creature. During your upkeep, put a currency counter on them. And you can remove 2 counters to untap a basic land during your opponent's upkeep. So it kind of sets you up for counter power or instant power. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's you really maximize your turn and then utilize your opponent's turn when you need to. So, I got nothing bad to say about the trade caravan. Well, Kelp, I didn't actually go over it last time he came up, but for 2 blue, it's an 0/3. You pay 2 blue and tap him to put a 0/1 Kelp token wall into play. And it's a wall itself. So it's a wall that just keeps making walls. It's actually pretty good. Pretty good. Willow Fairy, 2 mana for 1/2 flyer. Pretty straightforward. Wizard School. Here's another one of these triomes. Look at that. Imagine walking down these steps, hearing those waves crash, seeing some wizard, shooting some weird magic out of one of these towers, teaching his class, how to cast a fireball or a illusion spell. Basic stuff that humans could do, non-planeswalkers. It just really sucks me in. It really does. I know I keep saying it, but just absolutely love it. It's what made me fall in love with this game in the first place. Here they are. The Abbey Gargoyles. What a casting cost on these guys. 3 solid white and 2. 3/4 flying, protection red. Man. Solid card. Alright. How weird is it saying that? Aether Storm. 4 mana enchantment. No creature spells may be cast. Any player can pay 4 life to bury Aether Storm. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Gets the job done. Alright, well that is it for my big Homelands package. Now let's see what other loot we got. Goodies. Uh-oh. What are we going to find? Oh, that is one big thing. Okay. Oh, okay. It remains a mystery. I'm excited. Are you excited? Alright, let's dig in. Cool little package there. Oh, yeah. Look at that. 2 lands Edge, black bordered from Legends. And 2 of these guys, first I've ever owned. I remember seeing these guys in tournaments too. The 2-headed giant of Forest. Unlimited. 5 mana for a 4/4 trample, and it can block 2 attacking creatures. Very cool card. Very happy to finally have it in the collection. Very exciting. Let's see what else we got in this package. Hey, look at that. Antiquities Detonate. I love it. Legends Pyrotechnics. And 3 Spinal Villains. First time ever owning this card as well. 3 mana for a 1/2. Tap to destroy a blue creature. Very, very cool. Man, and this is like everything I'm missing. A lot of these, like, these little weird cards you don't see every day. Next up. Oh, look at that. Gaia's Avenger. First one of these I ever had. First 2. Ha ha! Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Very good condition. And Very excited to finally have these in the collection. 2 packages left. Hey. Foreign strip mine. Oh, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Tagenbomine? Baumine? Tadje Bowmine. I don't know. But it's a strip mine. We all know that, right? Beautiful. Very happy to have that here. Took him out of his slip. Might as well give him a new happy little home. And I'll do this for most of these cards that I just opened. Little pile here. Alright, last package. Don't actually remember what this is. We're going to find out together. Ba-ba. Whew. Hey! Legends Hell's Caretaker. That is cool. So I think it's the first one of these I ever had. And hopefully I put them to use. You know? That's why I got them. I don't get these just to look at them. I want to find a deck for them. That is cool. Wow. Well, that's it for my mail day. Some nice pieces here. A lot of just fun stuff. That's how I roll. If you've been checking me out, you know that's how I do. Thank you for watching. This is the Baron. I'm done here.